What's going on? Special edition of Icecold's Corner here on April 13th, 2011. I just watched quite possibly, the final game in Sacramento for the Sacramento Kings. For those of you who don't know, I'm living in LA. I went to Cal State East Bay in the Bay Area, but I am a native of Sacramento, California, born and raised. That's where my heart is. That's my home. And Sacramento Kings, we're there for 26 years. I'm 27 years old, so to a certain extent, I don't know Sacramento without the Sacramento Kings. And for those of you who don't know, it's looking evident that they're probably going to Anaheim. Going to be renamed the Anaheim Royals. And what else can I say? I didn't really have nothing planned to say about this whole thing, but I felt like I had to say something. I had to get this out one way or another. It's just sad, man. It's sad because I love my city. I love Sacramento to death more than anybody. Anybody who's ever been there or lives there right now. It's not the greatest place in the world, the most fun place in the world, but it's home. And I represent it. I put it on, and my city's hurting right now, man. My city's hurting. It's surreal to even think that the Kings would be leaving, because Sacramento didn't deserve for the Kings to leave. They've been nothing but good to the NBA and its product since day one. You hear the stories all the time about how in the first year of the team, they get smashed by 30 points, and at the end of the game, it'd be standing ovation, the crowd is loud. Like, that's not exaggerated, man. That's real. You know what I mean? They love the Kings. They love the Kings. And like I said, when you talk about sports and you talk about the relationship between the team and the city, the fan base, you talk about people have to play their part. Like, the owners or whoever is going to go out there and spend money to put a product out there. The fans' part is to show up and to support that team. And in Sacramento, that from day one, they've always done it. They've always done their part. That's why it's not fair that this happens. They've always done their part. They've always showed up. They've always supported through the good and the bad times. They've been there for the Sacramento Kings, showing up in games, showing up, at community events. Just support, man. Just support. And I look back to myself, and this is my childhood. Like, the Kings were everything. I remember my auntie Wanda taking me when I was 3 or 4 years old to the Kings game, and my favorite player was Kenny Smith, obviously, because his name was Kenny. Otis Thorpe, Sal Thompson. Those are the guys I remember. Lionel Simmons, Dwayne Coswell, Walt Williams, Jim Les. Then move into the days when Mitch Richmond comes in, and things really took off after that. Mitch was I got to see one of the great players to ever play the game on a night in and night out basis, and he was great for the city of Sacramento. I remember I used to go to the Salvation Army every day after school, from like 5th grade to the 8th grade, and the Kings would be there. That's another thing people don't realize, man. The Kings were a part of this community, living in places like Oakland, living in places like Los Angeles now. You don't see Kobe Bryant, Lamar Odom, Shannon Brown, Paul Gasol. You don't see those guys on a regular basis. Like the Kings, like, you'd see these dudes everywhere, man. Like, they were really a part of the community, man. You see these guys at the grocery store, in the line next to you, picking up some milk. You see them at the bank. You see them at your local restaurant. Like, they were a part of the community. more than people realize, and I think that's something, in other cities, in other NBA cities, that they don't realize, that they don't get to experience. And like I was saying, I go after school, and the Kings would be there from time to time practicing. That I can't express how valuable that is for, a young kid like myself, 11, 12 years old, being a basketball player, having dreams and aspirations of one day playing in the NBA, to after school on random days, go to your after school program and actually be able to see, shake hands, get an autograph, speak to another NBA player. I remember there was one time when I think it was like a Labor Day, and none of the people, there was about 7, 8 kids who would go with me to the Salvation Army. None of them were going that day. And I was like, man, this sucks, man. I'm going to be the only one there. Half the city didn't have school or whatever. And I get off the bus, and the gym is locked. And I'm like, why is the gym locked? All of a sudden, I see the Sacramento Kings practicing there. They come out, every one of them signs autographs, except for Randy Brown. I don't know why the hell Randy Brown. Like, you're Randy Brown. Why aren't you signing an autograph? You should be glad I'm asking you. I should ask you to sign something of yours. You're Randy Brown. But that's something else. But all of them, Brian Grant, Michael Smith, Tyus Edney, Olden Pollins, Mitch, of course, all took the time to sign autographs, shake hands with me. And those are things that are invaluable for a young kid. And now, my cousins, Isaiah, my little cousin who's coming into this world, from my other cousin Brittany, they're never going to experience that stuff. They're going to miss out on that. And, it's sad. I talked to my grandmother all throughout the night tonight, and that's something I've done since I was a little boy. I'm either watching the Kings game next to her, or I'm calling on the phone, hey, did you see that? And, if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball type stuff, man. And, I'm rambling or whatever. I ain't got nothing set up to say, any script that I wanted to read or anything. I just know that I wanted to get on and talk about my experiences with the Sacramento Kings. And, you got a great series to go to, the rival with the Lakers. It's just unfair. It's just simply unfair. So, in passing, in closing, there's a couple things that I want to say. Number one, to all the Sacramento Kings, past and present, I appreciate you for wearing that Sacramento across your chest, for representing the Kings the way you did. I can't think of one team that I hated. The Sacramento Kings. There's always good memories from all Sacramento Kings teams that I can remember, good or bad. They represented the city, best they could, and they understood what was going on. Thank you. I do want to say, however, fuck the city of Anaheim, fuck the Anaheim Royals, fuck the Maloofs. While there's a lot of things going on where, they may have got the raw end of the deal, there's other things behind the scenes that maybe they had no control of, and I don't totally put the blame on them. The fact of the matter remains that they're taking the team. They're taking the team from Sacramento, so fuck you for that, Gavin. Fuck you for that, Joe. I bet I speak for the whole city of Sacramento when I say